and a very pleasant good afternoon. It is Tuesday, September the 3rd, and a very nice day outside. Sunshine, mixed with a few clouds, but dew points are coming down. And really, when do you see the long-range forecast? I told my wife, basically this, all things considered, when you take into account temperature, dew point, precipitation or lack thereof, the next 7 days may be the nicest stretch we've had so far this year. And you're going to see what I mean coming up in just a couple of minutes. First, before we get to all the weather information and more, let us start the show with good brother Earl and the whiteboard weather. Come on, boys. Is he going to play? There he goes. Theme song. The photos you're going to see updated from the back to school photo gallery.
When it's time to go outside, it's raining cats and dogs, and someone told me it's about to snow. I need a friend, it's PittsburghWeatherNow.com, and we're starting the show.
And that is your whiteboard weather theme song with photos provided by you, currents and throwback to school pictures, all located right on the website PittsburghWeatherNow.com. So I had a long distance visitor today. I saw come up there, Susan Mers in the house. Thanks for tuning in, Susie Q. Tell my boy P. Diddy what's up. Let us show you quickly the website, because I do want to show you something of note. Again, that's the homepage of the website, PittsburghWeatherNow.com. That's where you get your fun facts of the day and much, much more. Today, the fun fact of the day this week are dealing with memorable weather for football games. Very interesting there. You probably remember some of these games, not just limited to Steeler games, but overall, it talks about some memorable weather for football games. And of course, we have, as we do early every week, our all-weather wealth tips. A new one went up today, and this one talks about a 6-step guidebook to setting achievable financial goals. And that is by my friends at Braun, Bostitz and Associates. So you can click right on that link right on the website. Also of note, when you click on Pittsburgh Weather Now Shop, right here, we link you to the merchandise, and newly added, we now have sweatshirts and hoodies. We got the Simply Accurate Sun sweatshirt and the Simply Accurate Sun hoodie. So there you go. We've added at least a couple more items to the Pittsburgh Weather Now shop if you want to stay warm as the temperatures get cooler. So there you go. That's what's new on the website today. The fun fact of the day, the all-weather wealth tip, and some new merchandise in the store. Quickly before we move on, I want to say thank you to the Post-Gazette. They put out a nice article. They were at the house late last week, and they put out an article about what we're doing here. Whiteboard weather and Pittsburgh Weather Now. So a real nice article. Online through the Post-Gazette, their Facebook page, and their Twitter page. And I do think it's going to be in the actual newspaper, I think tomorrow. What's today? Tuesday. Losing track of days. It's one of those weird weeks. Today feels like a Monday, but it's actually a Tuesday. But I think it's going to be in the actual newspaper tomorrow. So if you get the actual hard copy, it should be in there tomorrow. Birthdays today. Charlie Sheen, hashtag winning, celebrates his birthday today. Softball star, female softball star, Jenny Finch. The Flying Tomato, Shaun White, the snowboarder, who won multiple Olympic medals. And the notorious crime boss, Whitey Bulger, celebrated his birthday on this day until he passed away. It's National Bowling League Day today for all of you bowlers out there, and it's National Another Look Unlimited. It's not what it sounds. It's really just reminding you to clean up in fall. It's like spring cleanup, fall cleanup. It's the fall cleanup reminder. So there's that. All right, let's get to some weather information, and then we'll talk about Dorian. A little bit's changed with Dorian, but for those of you that have interests in family in Florida and the Carolinas, you're going to want to get the latest information. 79 in Pittsburgh right now. Southwest wind at 5. The dew point at 61. So not too bad outside. And those dew points are going to continue to drop in the next couple of days. Here's the way it looks on the surface map. Today, high pressure here, quiet day. You'll notice a cold front back here across the Great Lakes and the Midwest. That front will come through our area late tonight, tomorrow morning. This is 8 a.m. You'll notice the front coming through, low pressure here, so the best energy and dynamics and moisture are all going to be to our north. As the front crosses here, maybe a spotty shower before about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. And that's, again, most places probably won't get one. I think any shower coverage tomorrow morning will be spotty in nature. And then here's what's coming behind, a big 1023 high. This is Thursday morning. High pressure across the Great Lakes. Quiet weather pushes the front down to the south. The high and the front will both help steer Dorian back out to sea. So that will be sort of the factor, the driving force, the steering that pushed Dorian back out to sea. So in terms of our weather, it's looking fairly quiet and fairly benign for the next several days. And I'll quickly show you ahead. This is Sunday, another really strong area of high pressure. And you can see where we are in Pittsburgh, close proximity, northern flow over the weekend. So some very quiet weather expected over the next several days, actually the next week or so. Here's the latest satellite picture. You'll notice looks a little different. That's Dorian right there north of Grand Bahama Island, but what's missing there is that well-defined eye. That's because the storm has weakened somewhat. It is still Category 2 with winds of 110, but it's not the monster that it once was as it came through the northern Bahamas. It is currently located about 100 miles east of Fort Pierce, and it's making that northern turn, which is going to keep it mainly offshore across paralleling Florida and up through the Carolinas. Here's the way it looks in terms of the National Hurricane Center and their projected track. Again, winds are 110. It's moving northwest at 2 miles an hour, so still slow moving at this moment, but it will pick up some forward speed. It's going to start to move with some more purpose in the next 12 to 24 hours. You can see the track keeps it at least a Category 1 hurricane as it comes up the Florida coast offshore, then makes that turn, stays offshore of Georgia, South Carolina, and then cruises by coastal Carolina. It's possible, you can see Friday morning, it's going to make a very close pass, that it could just nick parts of the Outer Banks, a glancing blow, and then quickly it will accelerate and head toward the northern Atlantic. So at this point, again, it's still forecast to stay mainly offshore. The inland impacts are going to be felt really right along the coast, and I think that will be in the form of some occasional bands of rain showers. There's going to be plenty of rough surf, so there'll be beach erosion as well as some storm surge and coastal flooding, probably within about maybe 100 yards or so, 200 yards of the actual shoreline. You get a little bit of a surge, so there'll be a little bit of a jump in water right along the coastline. As you get further inland, the impacts will be minimal with just some rain showers. And I think wind speeds are going to be around 50 miles an hour, given the fact that all the coast is going to be on the left side of the hurricane, which is the weaker side. In case you didn't know, the strongest side of any hurricane is the right side, and that will continually stay well offshore. So the strongest winds will stay well offshore as well. So that is a look at the projected timeline and track of Dorian through Friday and even into the start of the weekend. So that said, let's head over to the whiteboard. We'll get you up to speed on what is expected here as well. Sunset time, 7:49 this evening, well before 8 o'clock now. Sunrise, 10 minutes before 7 in the morning. Moon is waxing crescent. Just an FYI, between now and September 30th, we're going to lose 71 minutes of daylight. That gets the big frowny face. A dry stretch ahead. After that spotty chance before 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, no rain through next Tuesday. You read that right. No rain through next Tuesday. Looks like a really dry setup. Dorian, again, 110, Category 2. Track remains offshore. The main impacts will be high surf, some flooding right along the coast, and 50-mile-an-hour winds. And that will likely be the case for the Florida East Coast, up through parts of the Georgia and South Carolina coast, with a close pass of Dorian by the Outer Banks on Friday. Here's the forecast for us here at home tonight. Fair skies early, clouds will increase late, 67 the low temperature. Tomorrow, there's a chance for a spotty, keyword spotty shower before 9 a.m. Many places will not get one. If you don't, you're going to be rain-free for really the foreseeable future. Skies will turn partly cloudy in the afternoon, 78 the high temperature. Clears out tomorrow night and cools off, 55, double nickels for the low temperature. Then looking ahead, wow, beautiful weather. This is why September is my favorite month. Thursday, mostly sunny and 75. Friday, plenty of sunshine, 74. Saturday, 76, mostly sunny. And Sunday, clouds and sunshine and 76 degrees. And I think it's going to stay dry right through Monday and Tuesday of next week. So that is a look at your full whiteboard for us. Fairly benign, quiet weather really through the weekend and early next week. So really, as the week goes on, we're not going to have a lot to talk about in the weather department, and that is going to be just fine. One final note with regards to the tropics. Not only is there Dorian, which is the headliner, of course. If you have friends, as I do, in South Texas, and this is for those friends who may be tuning in, this is Ferdinand, and it is going to become a tropical storm. Going to make landfall in the next 36 hours right along the Mexico coast, just south of the Rio Grande Valley and Brownsville, Texas. So we also have Ferdinand that is going to be making landfall in Mexico over the next 36 hours as well. So that gets you up to speed on everything in the world of weather. I ask you, as always, to please share Whiteboard Weather with your Facebook friends. Please visit the website, PittsburghWeatherNow.com. Get your free financial advice with your all-weather wealth tip. And you can visit our Pittsburgh Weather Now shop. Get your sweatshirts. They're now available. And also our fun fact of the day, talking about some memorable football games with regards to weather that impacted those games. I think that's going to wrap it up for today. As always, I appreciate you tuning in. I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. for Wake Up Whiteboard Weather. Until then, peace.